Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Israel's ambassador to the UN, Danny Danon, will deliver a brief statement ahead of this afternoon's Security Council session. He'll take your questions afterwards. If you have a question, please remember to state your name and your news outlet. Thank you.
Good afternoon. In response to the Islamic regime in Iran's brutal, calculated missile attacks on our civilian population, in which almost 200 ballistic missiles were fired at our civilian population, Israel made a promise. Iran's actions would not go unanswered. We made it very clear that we would choose the time and manner of our response, that it would be painful. That promise has been kept. They promised us destruction. We have answered with strength. No sovereign country would stand by as hundreds of ballistic missiles are fired at its civilian population. As you all know, on Friday night, Israel acted as any nation would to defend its citizens, secure its borders, and neutralize an immediate threat. The IDF executed precise, targeted strikes on Iranian military assets deep within Iran's territory. We struck missile manufacturing facilities responsible for creating the very weapons that were launched against our civilians. Every aspect of this mission was crafted to remove the immediate threat while minimizing any harm to civilians. Israel remains resolute. We will continue to act in defense of our people with precision, strength, and an unbreakable commitment to the safety of our citizens. To Iran's leaders, take this as a warning. Israel has shown restraint, but from here on, you will see only strength. Any further aggression will be met with consequences that are swift, painful, and decisive. For every missile you launch, for every terror cell you sponsor, there will be a reckoning. Israel has acted to protect its people and its sovereignty, and we will not hesitate to do so again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. I'm Camelia Intikhabi Fard, Chief Editor of the Independent Persian. I am Iranian, and there are many questions these days in Iran. People are asking if Israeli aircraft has been entered to Iranian territory, or this missile has been shooted somewhere near the border side. And sir, could you please confirm the report which it says Israeli aircraft before entered the Iranian airspace or before they shoot the missiles has been hacked the radar system of the Iranian defense system? Thank you.
So I will not go into a technical aspect of the attack, but I will tell you that we have the technology to attack targets from far away, and we have proven that. And I would say to the Iranian people, we have nothing against you. We know that you are suffering from this regime, that the regime takes your money, your future, and send it to Lebanon, to Yemen, to Iraq, to sponsor the proxies. And we hope that the day will come that we'll be able to work together with the Iranian people like we used to do in the past.
And Ambassador, it's Pamela Falk from U.S. News and World Report. Iran has said in the past few days that they are considering retaliating against a retaliation. Does what you just said mean that all targets are open in any future response?
You know, we have shown our capabilities. We can reach every target in Iran. They know that. They are very vulnerable today. And I would advise them not to challenge us again. We have the capability to get there and to choose the targets that we want to choose.
Thank you.
Ambassador Xu Dezhi with China Central Television. My question is on northern Gaza. Recently, OCHA repeatedly said that their request to access northern Gaza has been denied by Israel, citing the security consideration. Can you tell us exactly what exactly is the security consideration, and what about the suspended polio campaign in northern Gaza? Thank you.
So we are working with humanitarian organizations, but take for example UNRWA. You know, UNRWA was infiltrated by Hamas many years ago. We have won the Security Council. That is why today we are taking action that will limit UNRWA capabilities to continue to function in Israel, and we will continue to work with those UN organs that want to support humanitarian efforts. And we are doing it with the WHO, with UNICEF, on the polio vaccination campaign and other campaigns.
Will it continue in northern Gaza?
Including northern Gaza.
Okay.
It's more complicated because you have fights, you have the presence of Hamas terrorists in the areas of Jabalia and other towns in northern Gaza, but we coordinate humanitarian efforts also in northern Gaza.
So Israel is still committed to finish the polio campaign?
Yes.
Ambassador Michelle Nichols from Reuters. The US ambassador said last week that the US would be watching to make sure that Israel shows it doesn't have a policy of starvation, particularly in northern Gaza. What's your response to that? What's Israel done?
Well, we have submitted documents that we are allowed many trucks to enter those specific areas. No one can blame Israel for starvation. And as we discussed last time, even now we still have trucks that entered Gaza and are not being distributed. So this is a major problem that we are facing. But our policy is to allow humanitarian aid to enter northern Gaza as well.
Why has the number of trucks fallen to the lowest level this year?
So it's changed, but you have ups and downs because of many issues. The one I described is the fact that it's hard to distribute, and Hamas is taking over many shipments. So it's an ongoing process. We have a mechanism of discussion with the humanitarian organization, how we can improve it. But as we speak, you have dozens of trucks entering Gaza every day.
Mr. Ambassador, Yasser Nuruddin, Al-Qahira News. When Israel leave or find the time to end and finish this war after starting in Gaza, then Yemen, then Lebanon, then now in Iran?
We didn't start any of the fronts you described, and I want to remind you that we have 101 hostages. And last week, Amit Sosana was here at the UN, and she shared the testimony of the sexual abuse she suffered by the hand of Hamas terrorists. So we are thinking and we are committed to bring back all the hostages. Once we will bring them back, we can speak about the reconstruction of Gaza, we can speak about the next stage, but we will bring them back home. And the same goes for Lebanon. We didn't start the fight with Hezbollah, they did. Once the people of Israel can go back to their communities, feel safe in the northern part of Israel, that will be the day that we will end this cycle of violence. Thank you very much.